Who are you?
I'm the EGFR gene. There's a lot of us, and we're all located on the 7p12 chromosome,
Where are we?
in the extracellular space of the eukaryotic human cell.
What's the extracellular space?
That's just a space outside of the cell membrane.
What's that fluid structure over there?
That's the cell membrane. Most of the signaling pathways happen here, including the one we're about to go through.
What's your favorite show?
Cell's Kitchen.
Why are you here?
To code for that transmembrane protein kinases over there called the EGFR.
What is the EGFR?
It's a receptor molecule involved in cell signaling.
Why is only one half of the receptor showing?
One end is on this side of the membrane and the other end is on the other side of the membrane.
Why is it like that?
The receptor is like that so it can accept growth factors and release other molecules into the cell.
What's your favorite color?
Pink. Let's take a look inside the cell.
Where are we now?
We're in the cytoplasm of the cell right next to the cell signaling pathway.
Do you like your job?
Oh yeah, I love it. Being one of the most crucial pathways in a cell, there's a lot of pressure, but I can handle it.
Is this part of the cell cycle?
This occurs leading up to the G1 and S phases.
What happens in those phases?
Cell growth and DNA replication, which is what this sends signals for.
What's one thing you cannot live without?
GTP. Their energy is so useful.
What happens first?
Well, before this, the EGFR gene, coded for this receptor.
After that?
Well, from the outside of the membrane, growth factors EGF bind to the receptor, causing the EGFR kinases to perform a dimer.
Then what happens?
So this allows for the receptor to receive signals as the RAS protein becomes activated with GTP.
But what are those molecules over there?
There are a lot of molecules involved in the steps to the final response.
Can you explain the purpose of them?
With the help of GTP, we now move to the protein BRAF, which mediates signals from RAS to MEK. After that, MEK is phosphorylated, causing the signaling cascade to continue. Finally, it sends signals to the cell to grow, proliferate, or conduct apoptosis.
What's your favorite movie?
Frozen. Not the second one, though.
What's your favorite organelle?
The nucleus, of course. All my sisters live there.
Can this pathway ever get messed up?
Yes, if I have a mutation. My mutated friend can explain.
How can you get mutated?
It usually happens during cell division when I am synthesized in a new cell.
How does this affect the pathway?
Well, if there's a deletion in my extracellular domain, it usually leads to overexpression of the pathway, EGF. The growth factor does not regulate it whether or not it is binded to the EGFR, causing the signaling cascade to be continuously active.
Are there any effects to the cell because of this?
Yes, it can cause increased cell growth and proliferation because it's unregulated.
Does this affect the human?
Yes, it can cause tumors that build up in certain tissues within places in the lungs. It may eventually spread to other areas of body, causing cancer. EGFR, namely, is responsible for lung cancer. Now back to our original gene.
Is there any ways to treat this cancer?
Yes, there are many treatments for this type of lung cancer.
Who's your role model?
Oh, it's just this biology professor. His name's Mr. Ashdale.
What's the best treatment available?
Currently, there's a treatment where kinase inhibitors such as the 3 shown are imported into the cells to stop the growth of this gene by regulating the intracellular steps of the EGFR pathway. This treatment is more effective than standard chemotherapy. In addition, monoclonal antibodies inhibit the growth factors itself from binding, inhibiting the pathway from the source.
What's your favorite type of pencil?
I would say a simple number 2 pencil.
So, is this process necessary for life?
Yes, it is.
Does this occur in animal or plant cells?
This only occurs in animal cells.
How do your average days go?
Oh, just the usual, working hard to maintain a good cell.
What is your biggest fear?
That something will go wrong and I would be the start to a cancerous cell.
Does this process repeat?
Yes, this process will repeat until apoptosis occurs.
Now that we're leaving, what will you do?
Probably just going back to the nucleus. Bye.